Hi everybody, I'm Ryan. Today we're going to talk about how to sideboard with Atarka Red in Pioneer. We're going to talk about how to sideboard with the top 10 most popular decks in the format. If you want to learn more about this Atarka Red deck, please check out my deck tech, which was posted yesterday. So the most popular deck in Pioneer at the moment is Nyctos Ramp. And before I get into how to sideboard against these decks, understand that this is an aggro deck. It's really important we do not overboard against these decks. So there's not going to be a lot of sideboarding in a lot of these matchups because, frankly, attacking is a fine strategy against a lot of these decks. So let's make sure to keep that in mind. That being said, the only card I like against Nyctos Ramp is Azorius Expertise. Being able to steal their big guys and jam them back at them. Roast only kills Mana Dorks and Old Growth Troll, which we're not down with. And we don't really want anything else. We don't care about the artifacts they grab with Karn. Frankly, if they have time to grab artifacts and cast them and have them be relevant, it's probably too late anyway. So I like Azorius Expertise. And we want to keep our aggro strategy as much as possible. I just want to kill them before they start doing their thing. We're going to take out 2 Bonecrusher Giant. The reason we take out Bonecrusher Giant is the only thing that it kills are the Mana Dorks. We have plenty of cards that deal with the Mana Dorks already. And it's kind of the one non-aggro clunky card in our deck. You're going to notice we're siding up Bonecrusher Giant a reasonable amount, actually. So this is sideboard against Nyctos Ramp. The second most popular deck in Pioneer is Rakdos Mid-range. Against Rakdos Mid-range, we are bringing in Roast for Shieldred. We're bringing in Experimental Frenzy because they kill our creatures pretty quickly, and we want to be able to do our best to play that long game alongside Rakdos Mid-range. Same reason for Chandra Torch of Defiance. And we're going to be cutting Goreclam Rampager, mostly because they run a lot of removal, and often Goreclam Rampager doesn't really do anything. And then we're going to be cutting Play with Fire, just because the only card that it kills is Blood Tithe Harvester, and we're just attacking through that. We do not care. It's our sideboard against Rakdos Midrange. The third most popular deck in Pioneer is Rakdos Sacrifice. Against Rakdos Sac, we're going to be bringing in these long game cards as well. We're a little less afraid of Shieldred, so we're not going to bring in Roast. However, we're going to bring in this Artifact Hate for Witch's Oven, because when they get that rolling, they gain so much life. And then we're just going to focus on our aggro like against the other decks. We're going to cut Play with Fire because the things that it can kill do things when it dies or can come back or whatever. So we don't really want to be playing Play with Fire. And then we're going to cut Bonecrusher Giant for similar reasons. We're less worried about it being 2 bodies against Rakdos Sac versus Rakdos Midrange. And then we just try to kill as fast as possible. They have less removal, so I like Goreclam Rampager a little bit more, especially because like a lot of their plan is often chump blocking and like sacking something when they chump block or whatever, and being able to make that backfire in them sounds really cool. So this is sideboard against Rakdos Sac. The fourth most popular deck in Pioneer is Mono White Humans. Against Mono White Humans, we're bringing in Rending Volley, I think obviously. We're bringing in Roast to be able to deal with their creatures. And I actually like Azorius Expertise. Stealing an Adeline is hilarious. That being said, while we're trying to aggro them out, this is the first matchup where we're actually okay with taking a little bit of the control role. For that reason, we're going to be cutting some of our like less powerful cards like Phoenix Chick. Because we're cutting creatures, I like shaving on Galia, shaving 1 Bushwhacker, and then shaving on Karizev Skyship Raider. And then we really kick the control role, deal a bunch of damage, surprise them with extra damage with the Atarka's Command, Goreclam Rampager, and things like that. And this is how I sideboard against Mono White Humans. The fifth most popular deck is Azorius Control. Against Azorius Control, we're planning on playing the long game, so we bring in our long game cards, Experimental Frenzy and Chandra Torch of Defiance, and we're going to bring in Cindervines because it deals a lot of damage against them if we resolve, and then it makes Temporary Lockdown really bad because we get to just kill Temporary Lockdown, which is great. That being said, we can't really rely on having a lot of creatures, so Goreclam Rampager needs to hit the bin, and then we're going to be cutting some of our slower cards. Play with Fire doesn't really kill anything. It's just a burn spell, and I'm not interested in playing Shock. So this is sideboard against Azorius Control. The sixth most popular deck in Pioneer is Abzan Greasefang. Against Greasefang, we're bringing in Rending Volley to interrupt the combo. And that's the only card we really, really want, but we want to take a lot of cards out. Play with Fire does nothing in interrupting the combo, and so does Bonecrusher Giant, and it's a little bit slow. So we want to look for 3 more cards, and I think those 3 more cards are Destructive Revelry to interrupt the combo, and then Cindervines. So this is what I like to sideboard against Greasefang. Though remember, when you kill the artifact or kill the vehicle, it's not very good against a Seek's Chariot, and it means they can Greasefang it back the following turn, so it's really important that we lay on the aggro as much as possible, so just buying us that extra turn is good enough. The seventh most popular deck is Azorius Spirits. We're going to be bringing in Rending Volley against Azorius Spirits. We're going to be bringing Roast. And then similar to Mono White Humans, we're going to be playing kind of the control role just a little bit. So we're going to be shaving some of our less powerful cards in Phoenix Chick, Gallia, and then 1 Karizev. And that's how I sideboard against Azorius Spirits. The 8th most popular deck is the Hidden Strings deck. Against Hidden Strings, we are bringing in Cindervines, and that is it. It makes them casting a bunch of spells in order to combo really, really awkward, especially if we can get their life total very low. And we're going to shave on Bone Crusher Giant. It's just like a little slow, really mana intensive. And that's how I sideboard against Hidden Strings. The 9th most popular deck in Pioneer is the Fires of Invention deck. Against this deck, we're bringing in Roast to kill the blocking creatures. We are bringing in Karizev's Expertise because they bring in a bunch of big dumb dummies. And we're bringing in Cindervines and Destructive Revelry because their combo is based pretty much entirely on enchantments. That being said, Play with Fire does not really kill anything. Whoops. Doesn't really kill anything. Bone Crusher Giant does not really kill anything. Play with Fire didn't do its thing. And then we're going to shave the weakest card in our deck, which is Phoenix Chick. So that's how I sideboard against Fires. And the 10th most popular deck is the Boros Convoke deck. We're going to be bringing in Rending Volley against this deck. We're going to be bringing in Roast against this deck. And really, it's sort of about killing their creatures so that they do not convoke as fast as possible and just trying to kill them before they really get to set up and really punishing them for tapping all their creatures and stuff like that. That being said, Bone Crusher Giant's just like a little bit slow, even though it is a removal spell. And for similar reasons, we're going to be taking out sort of our fun of cards. Besides Gorklam Rampager, my Sim Combat's a really, really big deal. This is what I sideboard against Convoke. So that is how to sideboard with Atarka Red against the top 10 most popular decks in Pioneer. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please let me know. If there are any decks you want me to do, please let me know in the comments as well. And please like and subscribe. Check me out on social media. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.